僕は陳さんに殴られました。
BTS news today. The sobs heard from Taehyung lately have sparked a lot of speculation among fans. Armies around the world are intrigued by what's really going on, until one of the BTS members who is known for his calmness was unable to hold back tears. However, amid the mystery surrounding this event, Jungkook finally spoke up and revealed the truth that has been hidden. Jungkook, who is known as the youngest member of BTS, as well as a figure who is very close to Taehyung, finally gave the clarification that many were looking forward to. This moment became one of the most emotional for the fans, because the attachment between the members of BTS has always been a highly valued part of the ARMY community. Their close relationship is not just limited to colleagues in the entertainment industry, but also as a family that has gone through various obstacles together over the years. Since the first time the news of Taehyung crying appeared to the public, various speculations began to emerge. Some associate it with career stress, mental fatigue. It was even alleged personal events that brought him down. However, amid the growing confusion of information on social media, there was no official statement explaining the reason behind Taehyung's tears. Fans began putting together pieces of events they thought were related. Some noticed Taehyung's expression on various occasions, trying to find clues that may be hidden in his characteristic smile. Most of the ARMY believe that Taehyung is a figure who is good at hiding his feelings, but the moment when he cried so openly certainly had a good reason. When Jungkook finally reveals the truth, the mood changes drastically. Everyone who had been wondering for so long finally got an answer. Jungkook, with his calm but emotional voice, explaining that Taehyung's tears are not something that just happens. There is such a deep and heartfelt background behind that moment. According to Jungkook, Taehyung has been under tremendous pressure in recent months. As an artist who always wants to give his best, Taehyung feels burdened with ever-increasing expectations. Despite having managed to achieve a lot in his career, there are moments in which he feels that he is not good enough or is not able to meet the established standards, both by himself and by others. In addition, emotional factors and bonds of friendship also play a big role in Taehyung's feelings. Jungkook reveals that behind the seemingly harmonious togetherness, there is a lot going on behind the scenes that may not be known to the public. They have gone through various challenges together, and sometimes the pressure from the outside has become so great that it is difficult to deal with it alone. Taehyung, who has always tried to look strong, it finally got to the point where he could no longer hold back his emotions. Jungkook witnessed for himself how Taehyung tried to restrain his feelings, but finally let her tears flow as a form of emotional release that has been too long pent up. Jungkook also revealed that Taehyung didn't just cry because of the pressure he felt, but also out of love and deep gratitude to the fans as well as those around him. He realized how much the support he received meant, and sometimes, the pain is too great to bear. When Jungkook told all this, the fans couldn't hide their emotions. They are touched by the honesty that is finally revealed and increasingly appreciate Taehyung as a person who is not only talented, but it also has a gentle and affectionate heart. In addition, Jungkook confirmed that although Taehyung is going through difficult times, he is not alone. The entire BTS members are always there for her, supporting her every step of the way. Jungkook himself, as Taehyung's close friend, promises to always be by his side, no matter what. This moment also served as a reminder to many that even though their idols looked happy on stage, they are also human beings who have feelings, pressures, and challenges to face. ARMY is even more determined to continue to provide sincere support to Taehyung and all BTS members, ensure that they always feel loved and appreciated as time goes by. Fans hope Taehyung can find the happiness and tranquility he needs. They believe that with the support of those closest to them, he will be able to go through all the obstacles and return to shine as before. In the end, this revelation from Jungkook not only provides answers to questions that have been hanging around, but it also strengthens the relationship between BTS and ARMY. This moment becomes a reminder of the power of friendship, sincerity, and the importance of supporting each other, especially in difficult times. Now, Taehyung is no longer alone in dealing with his feelings. With Jungkook and other BTS members by his side, as well as millions of fans who always support him, it has the power to keep moving forward. This honesty that was finally revealed became a turning point full of meaning, remind everyone that even in the midst of incredible success, it is important to always maintain mental and emotional health. This story will always be remembered as one of the most emotional moments in BTS's journey. Jungkook has proven that true friendship is not just about being together in happiness, but it is also about supporting each other in difficulties. Taehyung, with all the emotions he showed, it has taught many people that there is nothing wrong with crying and showing true feelings. At the end of this confession, one thing is certain. BTS remains an unshakable family, and the ARMY will always be part of their story. Support with love and loyalty. Sure, I will extend this article with more details, emotional exploration, as well as the impact of this moment on BTS and ARMY. Taehyung's tears that broke out in front of those closest to him became one of the most touching moments ever in BTS's journey. As a figure known for his bright smile and warm personality, Taehyung's tears shocked many. Not only because he rarely shows his sadness in public, but also because the crying feels so deep, as if to save a lot of burden that he had kept to himself. In the midst of various speculations circulating among fans, finally Jungkook ventured to speak and reveal the truth. As the youngest member of BTS, Jungkook has a very close relationship with Taehyung. They have gone through a lot together, shared happiness, laughter, as well as difficult moments unknown to the outside world. So, when Taehyung cries, Jungkook was one of the first to realize that something was wrong. As Jungkook finally reveals the reason behind Taehyung's tears, the atmosphere becomes quiet. The fans, who so far can only guess how, they finally got the answer they had been looking for. Jungkook explains that Taehyung's crying is not just a momentary outburst of emotion. There are so many things that are intertwined in his heart, a feeling that he had been trying to hide but that he could no longer bear. According to Jungkook, Taehyung has been depressed for a long time. Although he is one of the most charismatic figures in BTS, the pressure he felt was not something he could easily share with others. As an artist, Taehyung has very high standards towards himself. He always wanted to give his best, not only in music, but also in every aspect that he lived as a public figure. However, the higher the expectations, the greater the burden he feels. Taehyung feels that sometimes the world wants something more from him, something that even he himself is not necessarily able to fulfill. He began to question whether he had done his best. Did he live up to the expectations of those who loved him? Thoughts of this kind slowly accumulated in him, creating an increasingly heavy emotional burden for him to bear alone. Jungkook realizes that there are many things going on behind the scenes that are not known to the public. Although BTS always seem compact and happy in front of the camera, there are times when they have to face tremendous pressure. Behind their smiles, there is a fatigue that is sometimes inevitable. Taehyung, with his sensitive and empathetic personality, feel it all more deeply. In addition to professional pressure, there is also an emotional aspect that makes Taehyung even more burdened. As an artist, he has a gentle soul and is easily touched by things. He cares about the people around him, and when he sees his friends struggling or facing difficulties, he couldn't stay still. This feeling is sometimes so strong that it affects him emotionally, makes him feel sad, even when he himself is not experiencing the problem directly. Jungkook explains that Taehyung isn't just crying because of pressure, but also because of the great love and gratitude towards all those who have supported him.
Don't give up on your future. We all start losers. We're all late bloomers.